Go. Hello, welcome to How I Do It, a short series of interviews with female founders on how they navigate being a founder and a parent. Today, I'm talking to Liane Katz, founder of Mamacodes and mum of two. Hi, Liane.
Hello, hi, lovely to be with you.
Lovely to have you. Can we kick off by explaining, can you possibly explain a little bit about what Mamacodes is?
So Mamacodes is a creative and inclusive coding school for children aged 3 to 11. And we seek to demystify, what coding is and what coders look like to the gatekeepers around young children, the parents and the teachers, because kids all want to get their hands on devices, don't they? And we are all about positive screen time and empowering families and educators to really feel like they've got their heads around this whole new topic of ICT, but also raising digital kids and parenting in this digital age.
Brilliant, thank you. As a customer, I can vouch for it. It's fantastic. What is the best thing about being a founder?
I think being your own boss for a certain type of person really can't be beaten. Knowing that whatever whim you might have that day, whatever idea, you can just turn it into action. You can bring it to your team, you can discuss it, and there's quite a high chance you might see a result by the end of the day. I think for me, being a founder is all about purpose and impact, as well as growth and scale and all the kind of on-paper metrics that show that a business is succeeding. It's really the mission of our company that gets me out of bed every day.
I love that word, impact. I think it's a really important one. What is the biggest challenge when it comes to being a founder and a parent?
There are so many. I'll pick headspace. I find it very hard sometimes to, literally put my founder, entrepreneur, business hat on and leave behind all the mayhem that may be in another room of the house because I'm working at home at the moment. And actually, sometimes I have a smart jacket. I just put that on as if I'm leaving the house and leaving it all behind and getting the train somewhere like I used to do pre-pandemic. I wear my jacket and then I know I have permission to forget about all the home stuff. That is easier said than done, though. I mean, one of my sons has SEN needs, and there's often stuff I'm worrying about how that day is going to go. There might be a call from school. And so, I think we have to be realistic that we can't forget everything and lock it all out. So particularly difficult, wasn't it, through the pandemic? And if many of us are still home working, I think I've found my peace with it by having a compartmentalized day. I zone my day. So I give myself an hour, maybe that's to just focus on the home admin that maybe just didn't get sorted at the weekend. And I'm unashamedly not online for my business for that hour, blitz that, then I can forget about it. Then I can be unashamedly business me and forget about what's going on the home front for a reasonable amount of time, then check my phone. So I do find myself muting my notifications, my WhatsApps, my Facebook, my Slack at various times of the day. And that is the most productive way to balance it. Obviously childcare is a huge issue as well. And I've been very fortunate that I was able to work part-time when I first had children. I was actually at that point in a more corporate environment. I was a journalist at The Guardian, and I was able to ask for part-time hours, and I got them. And I was kind of never happier on the balance front then. I did 3 days flat out at the office, did a nanny share, had total confidence in that person looking after my child. And then I had wonderful quality time with a very easy toddler. Then I had 2, wasn't so much fun being at home so much of the time. And actually, I really felt ready to then go 4 days, and now I'm full-time. But I'm full-time with flexibility. And I think that no matter what you choose or what you're able to do in terms of your hours, having that faith in someone really competent and really fun that your children really love being with is just so liberating. And so that's one of the main reasons I'm so excited about actually bringing Bubble into my business now, because I'm offering, I was lucky enough to be one of the startups selected to benefit from Bubble's Bubble for Startup scheme. And so I've actually been talking to some of the team today about how they're going to use it, and it's going to increase their peace of mind, but also their capacity to work immediately, which is just really brilliant.
That is brilliant, Liane. I absolutely love your work jacket idea. That is inspired.
Do you want to see it? Got it here.
Yes. I want to see it.
I'm going to put it on.
Put it on. Yes.
Put it on. There you go.
That is great.
Now it's worked me. I might make more sense.
I love that idea. I think that's really, really smart. Thank you for sharing that one. And I think compartmentalizing time is so important. And that's a theme that's been echoed with some of the other interviews this week. So thank you. That's great. And I just love the work jacket. What piece of advice, or actually, what one thing would you change to help support female founders?
It's a hard one. I think that making parenting a gender neutral topic and responsibility is a way of removing this, this barrier for women and for female founders, because, all of us to some extent still assume that the woman, the mum, is going to make the adaptations needed to make sure that the home life continues smoothly. And actually, I have just had to be really, really open with my husband about sharing the mental load. Our to-do lists are just enormous. We've got building work going on. We've got, one child in year 6 moving to another school. And all of those things on their own are quite stressful. We both work full time. We've both got demanding jobs, and it just needs to be shared. And I'm very fortunate that he actually took some time off between jobs before his current job for quite a long period, actually, about a year and a half, and was the lead parent. So he's walked that walk. And I just don't think that it's as easy for partners to understand the day-to-day demands, both physical and mental and administrative, if they haven't done that. And there's been a fantastic kind of hangover to actually picking up an awful lot more of the home front to really, really support me since even he's gone back to work.
That's really interesting. I hear from other people and experience myself that the pandemic has had a little bit of that effect as well, just because of the presence in being at home and seeing it all happen. So I think that's really interesting. Final thing, what piece of advice would you give to a woman launching her own business? Just one piece.
Find your tribe.
Good one.
So my advice to someone founding their own business would be, find your tribe. You need a support system, just like when you become a parent. And if you're a parent launching a business, you absolutely need that support system of other parents in business, because nobody else really understands. I get so much support. I can bounce ideas off and receive fantastic tips back from some WhatsApp groups and networks I'm in of women in business. Within those networks, there are many parents. Some of them are at the stage where their children have left home and they're then focusing on building businesses, or some of them have much younger children whom I can perhaps advise because I've survived it and got through that tunnel, and I'm now in a different tunnel of adolescence. But anyway, I think it's so important to find people who can mentor you, but you can also mentor, because that's, I think, a very nice confidence loop. So I think find your tribe, find those people who really understand the challenges you're facing, can laugh about it, can de-stress it a bit, and then can actually provide some practical support and advice.
Brilliant, Liane. Thank you so much. Delightful to talk to you as ever, and some brilliant advice. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Thanks so much for having me.